Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fulton Street Beats. Got something pretty cool for you today. Actually, not cool for me, but cool for a friend of mine. A buddy of mine just recently acquired this Fender Stratocaster, and it come in this beautiful, really nice hard shell case. It needs a little bit of work, needs a little bit of setup, and he really didn't know much about it, and he wanted me to take a look at it, set it up for him, and we're going to do that today. I think he stole this guitar, basically. This case alone is a $200 case, at least. And it's form-fitted, but here's the best part. Let's take this Strat out here. Check this out. Pretty cool, right? Now this is a 2008 Fender Stratocaster, Mexico. And he got this at a garage sale with the case for 50 bucks. That's right, $50. So that's pretty amazing in itself. And the camera's not going to pick it up, but we got rusty poles. We got a lot of corrosion on the frets themselves. A lot of corrosion. It looks like it's been kind of, I don't know, in moisture maybe. Similar to that SG that came here, but not as bad as the SG, of course. But it does have, and these guitars are notorious for this, it does have a crack, a couple big cracks in the finish back here that will eventually come off and expose the bare wood. So it tells me this has been in an environment where it's heated up, cooled down, and kind of repeated that process a little bit. Maybe the guitar was gigged with, maybe it sat someplace for a long time in a garage, who knows. There's a couple things that I've noted about this guitar. It does need a little bit of the action set, just a touch lower. It's only got 4 strings on it. They're a little corroded. I have plugged it in, tested it. It does play good. They got a lot of rust here on the poles. We'll have to get rid of that. A lot of corrosion inside the switch here. We'll have to pull the pick guard off, the loaded pick guard, and see what's going on in there. But it does function and it does work. And honestly, it does sound good, which is kind of cool. You got your Fender tuners in the back here. The nuts cut properly. And there's no sprouting on the frets, believe it or not, which is kind of ironic. But overall it's a really cool guitar. Skunk stripe. Really nice. He stole this guitar, but we're going to set this up for him today. So if you want, stick around and we'll run through this. The first thing we're going to do is loosen up these strings and cut them off. And immediately rust comes off the screws. We'll have to either give those a bath or find some new ones. Now I'm noticing right away that the strings that were on this are the bullet style and Fender strings. So actual Fender strings are on this. We're actually going to be putting Orphees on this. We get a lot of corrosion in the back here. A lot of corrosion on the springs. We'll replace those springs for sure. Definitely have to replace those. Okay. Let's hope these strings come out easily. Now what I like to do with if you got stuck strings is take a little Allen key that fits down in the hole, give it a little push, and they pop right out. So you got a little corrosion on your strings or they're stuck in your tremolo block. Easy way of doing it, and then they'll push right through. Should push right through. Yep, push it. Go. Good go. Out of there. Simple trick. Small Allen key. And there's that. Okay, I'm going to pull this bridge off because we're going to have to clean it. Pull it out. Boom. There's our bridge. You can see. Look at all the green corrosion on there. We're going to have to take care of that. Claw seems to be set properly. Grounding is good, so we're not going to mess with that. Now we'll pull off and check the components in the loaded pick guard. There we are. Should be, yeah, it's stuck right on there pretty good. And here is inside of our cavity. So we have a really nice switch. Of course, we have full-size pots and pills. ceramic bar pickups. Nothing really corroded too terribly in here. Maybe a little bit on the switch will take care of that. Very nicely routed, really nice body. We have a body ground here, screwed on body ground, which is a nice touch. And I'm gonna pull this jack plate real quick, because somebody's, yeah, this nut on this jack plate is all corroded and rusted. Let's show you what I mean here, if I can get it off. And it's loose but corroded, so let's, here, this, she corroded right on there. So we're gonna have to, we'll have to address that in a little bit. That's too bad. A lot of rust, a lot of rust. Okay, so she's lived a rough life, but we can bring it back. So what we're gonna start doing first, before we start cleaning this stuff up here, is we're gonna jump right to taking care of these frets, because as you can see, they're very tarnished. So we're gonna get right to that right now. No, I am not going to tape off the fretboard. No need to on this style fretboard with the compound that I use. Depending on the compound you use and how aggressive you go, sometimes you might have to, but we won't have to with this one. I've already tested one spot on this. I always do a test spot before I do anything else. And I've got a couple different compounds that I use. Okay, let's start this. This works very quickly. And what's nice with the Dremels, you can stay right on your fret. It'll work very, very, very quickly. So now what I like to do is take a little bit of lemon oil, and this is going to clean up the fretboard right now, and take off any of the compound residue. We put it on quite heavily. Frets, give it a wipe in. This fretboard's not really a dirty, it's just the compound you're pulling off. Okay, now to make sure everything's going to stay conditioned, because it's been so long, we're going to take our organic coconut oil on a toothbrush, and we're going to rub it right in, and this is really going to penetrate. Organic. Make sure it's organic. You do not want to use non-organic coconut oil on your fretboard. It can turn rancid. Another thing that is virtually pH neutral, but it nourishes the fretboard better than lemon oil. A lot better than the lemon oil. I'm getting this taken care of to get it in next to my frets, because it'll pull out any of the compound. Through, make sure all the surfaces are clean. And I hope you guys can see that. What a difference. And it's literally that quick. There's nothing to it. You could spend a lot more time on these and polish these up even more. But this is going to be a player, so we're just going to, this is a quick favor to him. And man, I think it's going to work out finally. But what are we going to do now? We got to get these poles kind of clean. What's really crazy is this does sound remarkably good. These ones aren't too bad. Polish these poles. The rust. I'm going to lubricate this bridge with my favorite lubricant. That's right, just to get it a little bit so it doesn't coat up too much. And we don't want the corrosion coming back, so I'm going to loosen it up and watch this. Coconut oil takes off the corrosion instantly. See that? Green is gone. Now this isn't, these are like a zinc saddle even on these fenders, no matter what they tell you, and that's why you have the copper showing through. And you have to figure out what's going on here, because it looks as if the tremolo bar cavity here is stripped out. So let me see what I can do here. Aha! It is stripped. Then we can rethread it. That's what we're doing right now. Let's take our time, in and out, lubricate. What happened is somebody used the wrong bar in here before, I have a feeling. Back and forth until it starts, yeah, it wants to go in. It's just somebody cross-threaded it before. Back it all the way out. Make sure we got any metal filings out. There. And we'll put our screws back in. Okay, so we have this all pretty much done. We're going to give it a little coat of graphene. Graphene's a great protectant for your guitar's finish, be it poly, nitro, what have you. Works great. We're going to give it a coat the entire thing real quick. We'll work quickly with it. As you can see, nothing we can really do about the back with that crack, of course. A lot of times people like that when they start to relic a little bit. Let's just get this, shine her up a bit. Come back with a clean rag here in a second. And I'm going to get the neck also. The residue. There we are. Okay, so we're strung up. Now we're going to check our neck.